Coinciding with half-term for many schools, British Airways says it's operating more flights than planned, including its service from Heathrow to JFK in New York. Right, let's get a weather forecast now with Susan Powell.
Hello there, we've just about got through this bank holiday Monday, dry and fine. A different story though through this evening and overnight tonight. Bank holiday Monday though gave the best of the sunshine to Scotland, and here we had a top temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere though, perhaps the mid-teens at best, where we had more cloud, and you saw that there just a moment ago on the satellite picture. Hard to believe then that perhaps later this week the southeast of England is looking at highs of 25, a warmer story across the board. That's the longer term though. This evening we've got the rain to get through, and it won't be long now before it spreads across Northern Ireland, and it will be heavy for a time. Good few hours of heavy rain to come. The rain easing though during the small hours of Tuesday as it then pushes its way into Scotland, the northwest of England, Wales, the Midlands and the southwest of England. So for Scotland it will be a wet start to Tuesday, for Northern England also, and there could be some heavier downpours here as well, particularly across the hills. Rain to start the day in the Midlands as well, and creeping its way perhaps after an initially dry start into East Anglia and the southeast by this stage. The back edge of our band of rain though leaving the southwest of England and Wales. So quite early on Tuesday we make way for some drier weather, but quite a lot of cloud following the rain, which means it could take a little time for things to brighten up in the southwest of England and Wales. For Northern Ireland though, the worst of the rain coming through this evening and overnight tonight. It looks like actually a largely dry day on Tuesday, perhaps a little bit grey to start off with, still quite a lot of cloud around, but it should brighten up here quite nicely by the late morning, and then some good sunshine to come through the afternoon. For Wales and the southwest of England, a brightening picture as well. Always quite a lot of cloud hanging back across Scotland, Northern England and the Midlands, but becoming drier here. It really is East Anglia and the southeast that perhaps get stuck with some of the more persistent rain, not clearing here until the evening. 18 in the brightness on Tuesday. Under the rain though, perhaps just 13 or 14 as highs. But that rain will eventually get away from eastern England through Tuesday evening. And then things settle down very nicely for the rest of the week. A big area of high pressure, a lot of sunshine on Wednesday, and what an improvement in the temperatures, up into the high teens to the north of the UK, 23 in the southeast. More sunshine around on Thursday, and if anything warmer still, and it looks like that sunshine will be there to end the week too.
Parking, embarking
and bus lanes in Ealing,
cab fares and food scares to the city glass ceiling,
bin bags in Belfast
and roads in Dungannon,
house prices, rate rises,
local down planning,
places in Stirling
and vices in Mull,
fox hunting, fly tipping,
grey squirrel cull,
jobs in the valleys,
tourists in Rail, hospital queues,
and the price of a fill,
bank loans in Leicester,
and prisons in Preston,
erosion in Poole, the West Lothian question, tussles in Brussels, and planning permissions, funding for London,
and farming and fishing.
Whatever issue you care about,
wherever you are, we've got them covered.
The Politics Show with me, Jon Sopel, Sunday at midday on BBC One.
Israel faces international condemnation after commandos storm a ship carrying aid to Gaza.
Stop your resistance. They are using live ammunition.
At least 9 people were killed and many more injured. Israel says its soldiers were attacked when they boarded the ship.
They deliberately attacked the first soldiers who came on the ship. They were mobbed. They were clubbed. They were beaten, stabbed.
The action has led to widespread protests. Turkey brands it state terrorism and calls an emergency meeting of NATO. Police continue their search for the bodies of 2 women in Bradford. Who are we really talking to online? The technology that can detect the age and gender of chat room users. Scientists in America develop a vaccine that they say could prevent breast cancer. And England win the first test of summer, but Bangladesh pushed them all the way. Hello, good evening. Israel is facing international condemnation after its commandos stormed a ship leading a convoy that was trying to deliver aid to Gaza. The action left at least 9 people dead and dozens injured. Israel says the flotilla was breaking a blockade put in force to prevent arms smuggling to Gaza. People on board the stormed vessel say the Israelis fired first. Our Middle East correspondent, Wira Davis, is in the Israeli port of Ashdod, where that flotilla was taken. Wira.
Yes, even though Israel has allowed aid flotillas into Gaza in the past, they said this flotilla would not be going in because of some of the people on board and the goods they were carrying. Israel said it had a plan to stop these ships, but it was a plan that went badly wrong. The dramatic moment in the early hours of the morning when elite Israeli commandos dropped from helicopters and stormed the flotilla of 6 Gaza-bound ships. These pictures, shot by a Turkish TV crew on board the biggest ship, show Israeli troops being attacked with sticks and poles as they abseiled down onto the deck. In the mayhem, at least 10 activists were killed when the commandos opened fire. Audio footage was later released of the ship's captain appealing for calm as the injured were treated below deck.
Go back to your cabin and sit on your seat. Stop your resistance. They are using live ammunition. We cannot protect ourselves.
Releasing its own footage of the assault, Israel said its troops had been attacked with knives, axes and even firearms.